Morning everybody. Today I'm going to read you a story that's one of my favourites, and also it's a story that my little girl has asked me to read for you as an assembly because she loves it too. It's a Julia Donaldson and Lydia Monks book, but the reason I think it's a good one to read to you is that it also links to some of our rights respecting articles, Article 32 and 35. I'll talk a little bit more about those at the end. And the story is The Singing Mermaid. Did you ever go to Silver Sands on a sunny summer's day? Then perhaps you saw the mermaid who sang in the deep blue bay. She sang to the fish in the ocean, to the haddock, the hake and the ling, and they flashed their scales and they swished their tails to hear the mermaid sing. And sometimes the singing mermaid swam to the silvery shore. She sat and combed her golden hair, and then she sang some more. She sang to the cockles and mussels, she sang to the birds on a wing, and the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. When Sam Sly's circus came to town, Sam took a stroll by the sea. He heard the mermaid singing, and he rubbed his hands with glee. He said, "I can make you famous, I can make you rich," he said. "You shall swim in a pool of marble and sleep on a fine feather bed. You shall sing for the lords and ladies, you shall sing for the queen and the king, and young and old will pay good gold to hear the mermaid sing." Don't go," cried the seagulls, and the seashells warned, "He lies." But the mermaid listened to old Sam Sly and smiled as she waved her goodbyes. And he took her away to the circus, and she sang to the crowds round the ring, and more came the deafening roar when they heard the mermaid sing. Now the mermaid shared a caravan with Annie the acrobat, and Ding and Dong the circus dogs, and Bella the circus cat. And she made good friends with the jugglers, and the man who swallowed fire, and the clown with the tumble-down trousers, and the woman who walked on a wire. But she wasn't friends with old Sam Sly. No, she didn't care for him, for he made her live in a fish tank where there wasn't room to swim. And there was no pool of marble, there was no feather bed. And when she begged him, "Set me free," he laughed and shook his head. All summer long the circus toured, all autumn, winter, spring, and many a crowd cheered long and loud to hear the mermaid sing. But the mermaid dreamed of silver sands, and she longed for the deep blue sea, and her songs grew sad, and again she said, "I beg you, set me free." But again he laughed and shook his head, and he told her, "No such thing. Here you will stay while people pay to hear the mermaid sing." At Silver Sands a seagull was flying to his nest, when on the breeze he heard a song, the song he loved the best. He followed the song to the caravan. Sam Sly was about to lock it. The seagull watched as he turned the key and slipped it inside his pocket. The seagull waited till Sam had gone, then he perched on the window sill, and tap, tap, tap at the window he tapped with his yellow bill. Come back to Silver Sands, it's only a mile away. I can find the key and set you free, if you'll come back home to the bay." "Escape," barked the dogs, "escape," meowed the cat. But the mermaid sighed, "I'd fail, for how could I walk to Silver Sands when I only have a tail?" "Like this," cried Annie the acrobat, and she stood up upon her hands. "This is the way, the only way, to get to Silver Sands. Right hand, left hand, tail up high, there's really nothing to it. If I give you lessons every night, you'll soon learn how to do it." Next week, while Sam was snoring, the seagull stole the key. He carried it off to the caravan, and he set the mermaid free. And he flew ahead to guide her as she walked upon her hands, all along the moonlit road that led to Silver Sands. And the creatures on the seashore and the fish beneath the foam jumped and splashed and danced with joy to have their mermaid home. And she sang to the cockles and mussels, she sang to the birds on a wing, and the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. And if you go to Silver Sands and swim in the Bay of Blue, perhaps you'll see the mermaid, and perhaps she'll sing for you. So not only is it a great story, the important message there is actually sometimes when people that we don't know promise us things that sound too good to be true, like the pool of marble and making the mermaid famous, she believed Sam Sly, but actually he wasn't telling the truth. He wanted to use the mermaid to make himself rich. He had no intention of being kind to her and giving her the things that he promised. And that's an important message for all of us. If someone promises you something, have a think. Is this too good to be true? Do I trust this person? And if it's not someone that you know, or it's someone that you're not sure about, or you have any doubts, make sure you speak to a trusted adult about it. And also that story links to two of the rights of the Convention of the Rights of the Child, Articles 32 and 35. And they are articles about the fact that children shouldn't be used to do work that isn't safe for them. So actually it wasn't really safe for that mermaid to be living in a small fish tank. And also they shouldn't be made to do something that's exploiting them, and that means making them do something for the gain of somebody else. So actually Sam Sly was getting the benefits of all the money that people paid to hear the mermaid sing, but the mermaid didn't get those benefits herself. So a fabulous story, but also some really important messages about how we need to stay safe and make sure that children are protected from people who haven't got their best interests at heart. Hope everyone's well. I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.